University of Missouri Extension Feedlot Schools show the value of feeding out cattle in Missouri. Eric Bailey, assistant professor and state beef nutrition specialist with MU Extension, says Thompson Research Farm in northwest Missouri has long been selecting for very carcass-oriented and Angus beef genetics. Over the years, they've fed cattle out at various feedlots out of state, but that's starting to change.
We had an opportunity to keep them on the farm a couple years ago, and with packing plants moving into the area, it just made for a really nice demonstration project to sort of kick off a renewed interest in cattle feeding in Missouri.
MU livestock field specialist Jim Humphrey in Savannah, Missouri, and Sean Deering in Albany work with Eric Bailey to put on the feedlot schools.
Well, one of the big things is that we have a lot of great cattle here in the state of Missouri. The genetics here are very good, especially for carcass quality. And with the announcement of the packing plant that opened a little over a year ago in Pleasant Hope, as well as the announcement of another plant being scheduled to be built over by St. Louis, as well as a couple more in Iowa and Nebraska, the interest in feeding cattle here in northwest Missouri has grown significantly. And with the genetics we have, the grain resources we have, the other feed resources we have here, there's a lot of opportunities for our producers to retain ownership and feed cattle themselves here in the state of Missouri.
Well, I think the school's been beneficial to them. We try to touch on all aspects of feedlot, from nutrition, marketing, financing, record keeping and things like that. And I think that the folks that have gone through the school seem to at least be taking parts of it and implementing these things on their operations. So,
cattle producer Casey Bowe near Laredo in northwest Missouri has applied what he learned at an MU Feedlot School to his operation.
It's just so much easier to feed cattle when they're comfortable than it is when they're out in the elements. We have been able to utilize our feed better with it being covered and not getting rained on or the sun beating down on it and spoiling the feed.
We're not trying to promote one system over the other, whether it be an open air feedlot or if you are wanting to do something with a confinement facility. And there's lots of different styles of confinement facilities. We're just trying to give people the big picture of things that are available out there, and then we will work with them to help design a system that hopefully that works great for them and their operation.
Casey, an MU Kaffner Animal Sciences alum, says he also learned by talking with other cattle producers at the school. Moving forward, his son will be in charge of feeding out their cattle.
If you're interested in feeding cattle out, go to a school like this and just get to meet people, learn from the faculty what they have to tell you. Extension's been a great aid in helping people out on this stuff, and so I highly recommend going and seeing what they can teach you.
We feel like we're right on the front end of an opportunity for a industry to develop here in this state and to add value to Missouri's economy and to meet some of our extension goals.
A major goal of MU Extension is to double the economic impact of agriculture in the state by the year 2030. To learn more, visit feedlotschool.com.